This story comes to us from the courierjournal.com. Back to Louisville. You know, LMPD, which is Louisville Metro Police Department, they're another Aurora, Colorado, Mesa, Arizona, Los Angeles Police Department, NYPD. They can't stay out of the news. They just got to be out there violating people's civil rights. Remember, Louisville Metro is the ones when the old lady had Alzheimer's and dementia and said, my husband's trying to kill me. He was down there making coffee. And when he opens the door to see what's going on, they grab him and throw him down on the ground and laugh and go, ha, you see the way he fell? That's Louisville Metro. This is the police department we're going to be talking about. And come to find out, the guy's wife was Alzheimer and dementia. She didn't know what the hell she was doing. She dialed 911 and was like freaking out. He was down there making coffee. There's other things that LMPD has done, though, that's been in the news. These guys are they need to just maybe use the county sheriff to police there. Get rid of this police department. Fire the chief. But the Louisville Metro government has agreed to pay $460,000. No, they haven't. The Louisville Metro government has agreed to have the taxpayers pay $460,000 to a West End family who sued after police smashed in their front door and held the adults and 3 children at gunpoint using a search warrant containing what? False statements.
Knocking it out. Put her up! Stairway up. Police search warrant! I got open door left. You got a stairway up. Bang in! Police!
On October 21st of 2018, that's my birthday, 14 Louisville Metro Police SWAT officers broke into the West Chestnut Street home using exploding materials and drew their weapons on Ashley Burr, Mario Dougherty, their 14-year-old twin daughters, and 13-year-old son. Now, in October of 2019, the family filed a civil lawsuit in state court seeking damages for an illegal search and emotional injuries. It was transferred to federal court in November of that year, and it's taken 2.5 years for them to get paid.
Challenge it. Hey, police search warrant! Hey, let me see your hands. You got that? I got one. Go ahead and come to the sound of my voice. Come down. I got two. Come to me. Hands up.
Now, they're saying that Louisville Police's no-knock warrants most often target black residents in the West End. It's kind of like San Bernardino, sort of, where I see a lot of traffic stops where people are sitting on the curb and they're going through the car. Usually it's a person of color. I'm not saying they don't stop white people. I'm just saying what I see, the majority of them are black men. My eyes don't deceive me. Last month, each of the 3 children were awarded $133,333, which, if approved by a family court judge, will be put into restricted accounts for their education and support, said the family's attorney, Josh Rose. Well, that's a good, seriously, college fund. Each parent received $30,000.
Come down to me. Who's coming out? Hands forward. Come on out. Thank you. Here, slow down. Come on. Slow down. Just come out to the sound of my voice. Come to me.
Rose, that's the attorney, said the family is relieved the city has resolved this matter, recognized its importance, and helped provide closure to this traumatic event. All parties agreed it was in their best interest to settle the case, per a city spokeswoman. But the lawsuit says the children have been in counseling, are afraid of police and loud noises, have difficulty sleeping, and fear of being shot. Well, in Louisville, you should be afraid of being shot by police. Because if it's going to happen anywhere, it'll be Louisville, Kentucky.
Here, come on out this way. Come out this way. Mark. Man, I got it. Come out this way. Full cover. Come on. I got it, Paul. I know. I'm just...
Now, during the raid, police forced Dougherty on the ground at gunpoint and drew their rifles on one of the children when she ran out of the back door to go to her grandmother's house next door, according to the lawsuit. Police kept her on the ground in the cold rain and she wasn't wearing socks, shoes, or a jacket, and later alleged she may have weapons in her hair. This is a young girl. Well, she might have weapons in her hair. You know, these kids nowadays, especially out here in Louisville, West End, did you spit your chaw too while you're talking? The case started with a search affidavit from Louisville Metro PD Detective Joseph Tapp that said a black man named Anthony McLean is growing marijuana and has multiple bags of marijuana packaged for sale in the front bedroom, and that a white female named Holly was his girlfriend and owned the house, according to the lawsuit, which asserts all those claims are false. Well, they didn't say there was an Anthony nor a Holly, did they? It was an Alia or Alicia, I forget the name, and then Dougherty. Yeah, Burr and Dougherty rent the house, and nobody named Anthony or Holly lived in the home. That's what I just said. Burr is not white, the suit says. It's another one where one of these things is not like the other. The lawsuit says the city initially tried to conceal evidence by saying that no body-worn camera footage of the raid existed, but the footage later obtained was almost completely redacted. So they said, oh, there's no body camera footage, but then they find out there is footage, and it was redacted. Louisville Metro. Sounds like the Department of Justice is going to have to get involved in this one. The U.S. Attorney General should go down there and just sweep that place clean. And every cop that's found with some type of nefarious activity should be fired and charged with a crime. That's not going to happen, because it never happens in law enforcement, right? A claims adjuster for the city indicated the plaintiffs were drug dealers and deserved the treatment they got. However, the search from the raid yielded no evidence of marijuana in the home, and no one in the home was charged with a crime. Well, the claims adjuster for the city needs to be fired. Just for that. In fact, if he indicates they were drug dealers and they deserved it, he should be sued for libelous comments. You know, I just wish sometimes that I was Harry Potter. Kind of look like Harry Potter, don't I? In his old age. I could fly out to Louisville with my wand and just start taking care of business. No, that's not a threat. Because if you actually think I'm threatening you by saying I wish I was Harry Potter with a magic wand, y'all are as crazy as hell.